Hello students. Now I would like to discuss the important segment of the second chapter, that is elements of state. My dear students, when you come across the question, the state must what type of elements have? Yes, here we are going to understand the elements of state by comparing the ancient opinion and modern opinion. When you come across the elements of state in the ancient state, according to our Kautilya, he has been explained in his work Arthashastra by name Saptanga theory. Yes, in this Saptanga theory, there are 7 elements in the states. You can see, Kautilya is going to explain Swami, king, Amatya, minister or prime minister, Janapada, which comprises population and territory, Kosha, which is known as treasury, Durga, you can notice Jaladurga, Bailudurga, Vanadurga, like this. There are 4 Durgas, which is known as fort. Bala, which indicates the state's military power. Finally, Mitra. It explains the state must have friendship with neighboring states. It will be coming within the purview of Saptanga theory, what Kautilya explains in the ancient time. When we come across in modern time, we are going to understand only 4 important elements, that is population, territory, government and sovereignty. Let us move on. The modern elements in detail. Yes, when you come across population. Dear students, population is the very essential element to the state. Yes, the state is organized for the shape of the people, what we are going to read in this slide. Therefore, it is impossible to assume even without population in the state. Here, the political experts, philosophers are going to argue what type of population must be there in a state. Yes, when you come across Plato's opinion, yes, it should have 5040. Rousseau is going to explain a state can have 10,000. But our further of subject Aristotle applied that there should be a balanced population in the state. Of course, political scholars in the early days advocated small size of population, but in modern days it is impossible. Dear students, when you come across today the most populated countries in the world, we are going to say that is China, next to it India. We also indicate the less populated states in the world, Vatican City, Nauru, Tuvalu, like this. But J.S. will going to argue the population is very important to the state. Of course, the significance of the state depends on ability of the people. What he says, able population is essential to the state. Yes, when we come across the second important element of the state is territory. Yes, territory is also important element with the population in the state. Yes, when you come across physical elements of the state, yes, population and territory stands. The second important element of the state is territory. What I am already saying, territory includes a definite land or land boundary. It will comprises water, air, and space. The wanderers of nomads cannot be called as a state because they will not have a perfect boundary or they will not reside in a perfect territory. State without definite territory is recognized size of a territory. There is no common opinion among the scholars. Here, like population, in the territory also there is a different opinion. Aristotle and Rousseau are of the opinion that territory of a state should be small, whereas Lord Acton, Trotsky, and others have suggested state should have larger territory. Many of them are going to argue small one is enough, but many of them are going to argue large territory is imminent. For example, today we can see biggest countries in the world in the boundary or territory, that is Russia. And also we can know the smallest countries in the world, among them importantly the Vatican City, Monaco, like this. Whatever it may be, dear students, territory is it maybe in the large or in the small, it must be in the state. We are move on what we call non-physical territories, that is government and sovereignty. First of all, we have to understand how government will be act as a territory of the state. You are already aware in this chapter, yes, government must to fix and control and protect the territory and also the population in the state. When you come across, the government is an organization which fulfills the goal of the state. That's why we are going to say government is a machinery of the state. In the government, we can notice legislature, executive, judiciary. Legislature is going to enact or create laws, while executive is enforces or put into forward to the people the laws which are created by the legislature. Judiciary is the interpreting body of the state. Yes, in the state, government, the people, the territory, regarding these things, judiciary will going to interpret the laws within the what we call limitations of the laws. Thus, the state should have its own government, which may be in any form like democratic, dictatorship, or monarchy, like this. But the government is essential element with the state. Finally, we are going to say one more important element is sovereignty. See, sovereignty is the most important element among the state elements of the state. Yes, sovereignty has two two aspects. One is internal sovereignty, another one is external sovereignty. When you come across what is internal sovereignty, it implies the supreme power of the state over all people, associations, and everything within the territory of the state. It will have its own ability to create and implement the laws on its own people. Next, one more aspect is external sovereignty. What it says, it implies the independence or freedom of the state in the world. External sovereignty enforces a state to have its own relationship with other nations of the world. We can say till 1947, what India get its own independence, India did not have these both sovereignties. Dear students, here the sovereignty is the supreme power of the state. Unless the sovereignty is with the state, it is not possible to call it is accomplished state. Dear students, here you can understand the elements of the state, how these four elements in the modern time are going to construct a very good and moderate state. Thank you.